Welcome back to JC Motor Garage. So we're working on the Integra today. We got a few issues to work out as we were driving it. We found out some issues we need to take care of. So let's look it over and see if we can figure it out and see what we can get fixed. All right, so Corey and I were working on the interior. We got the cluster in, we got it bolted up there, and we got the instrument panel in here. We got all the wiring taken care of down here. You can see that there's no wiring down here. So that's all good to go. See if I can get the flash on. So there's no wiring down there, so that's all good to go. We need to bolt that piece up here, and then we got the turn signals right there. So our problem is, right now, is when we hook up the battery, right here you can see, when we hook up the battery, right here, let's hook up the battery real quick. Give it some power. Let's see, I'll show you. Right now, you can see we got brake lights. The brake lights are on. And we got both the lights working. We replaced this one on this side because we only had one. And we got them both working now. But the brakes are on. But when I push right down here on the brake switch and push the brake down and push the brake switch up, it goes off. And I got it adjusted all the way. So we need to replace the brake switch. So Corey went up and got a new brake switch. So we're going to replace that. And we're going to replace both the windshield washer squirters for these hoses right here. So these right here, so we can have windshield washer squirters. And another issue we ran into is we have the driver's side turn signal and lights in. But on this side, you can see right here that, as soon as it focuses, that's for the horn. And those are for the lights right here. You can see, maybe if I pull it out, right there. You can see somebody cut the wiring off of here. So this is for the turn signals, and these are for the parking lights. So you can always tell that the green one right here goes to your parking light, because that's your basically your switch that turns it off and on from your turn signal from the back to the front. So we're waiting on my buddy to go get home so Corey can go get one. He's got one off his Integra, so he's gonna switch it out, and we're gonna switch that out. So that's another problem we're working on. And then we got to work on the horn, because we're not getting no horn right there. So we're gonna be working on that. We got the interior pretty much back together, so we need to start working on the brake switch here. So we need to take this off so we don't have brake lights there. So, and then we had problems with the throttle position sensor right here. So I took it out, I repositioned it, put it back there, got it tightened up and got it tuned a little bit. And when I unplugged it, the idle changed. So we're getting power to it, but we were getting 0 reading on the scanner. So we need to figure out that issue. And then the timing right here. The timing right here is the original timing. I marked it right here, and this is where I put it. But since it has a 70mm throttle body in the new intake, and the head is poured and polished, I'm thinking that it might need a little bit more spark. So we're gonna have to do this, because we were on -4 when it was idling, and then as we were driving it was on 6. So I think we're gonna have to adjust this a little bit forward so we can advance the timing. So we'll just unloosen this one and then unloosen the bolt down here. We'll turn it just a little bit, we'll tighten it up, and then we'll drive it. So we're gonna be doing that here soon. We're just trying to get a little bit of the issues done so we can take it up and get the exhaust put on it. We tried to put the 4-to-1 header on it, but it was hitting right here on here. So when this intake came out right here, the exhaust port came out, it was hitting this. So we're gonna have to use this header, which is the Megan Racing header, which is what we originally purchased. This is not fitting right here. Right here we had to cut it, and we had to take a section out because it was too long. And then now it's not fitting right because you can see that the cat is like over here and the exhaust is over there. So it needs to be bent a little bit, and then this needs to be welded. We tried to weld it, but I don't have the right welding stuff for that. I only have the MIG welder. So that's basically what we're working on right now. We got the steering column in and the thing in there, so that looks a lot better. So we just need to get the panel on right over there, and we need to bolt that up. So we're going to be working on that. And then we need to get a new one of these because this thing's broken, the one that I got off the other car. So, and then we're gonna have to paint these. But other than that, and then we're figuring out what we're gonna do about the seats. I think we're just gonna put some padding in here, tape them up, put some seat covers on there for now until we figure out the issues with the car, get it running right, and do the body work and the paint, and get it tuned and get it running right and everything like that, and then we'll worry about the seats later, because we still gotta do some body work to this. So this still needs pulled out in some areas, like right here and some areas there and some areas there, but this was all dented in. So, and this will all need to be sanded down, and then some body filler in there, and we'll paint it. And then our issue with the hatch, we got an issue with the hatch right now. It's not lining up right there. So when it comes down, you can see how far, it's off. But you can see how far it's off from the, right there. You can see how far it's off from the switch. So, or from the latch. So we're gonna have to, it's almost there. So we might have to bend it just a little bit. My buddy that works on Integras and he races Integras, we're gonna have to, he told me to bend this a little bit, bend this forward a little bit, and then it should latch in there. But it is off a DC2. As you can see that it doesn't have the third brake light right here. So it is off a GSR. So I don't know the issue with that. But we might have to switch out the hinges right there and right there. So we're working on that also. So that's pretty much what we got going on. Then we just need to finish button up the interior and put the carpet back in the back and do that. But we just went up and got a brake switch, and then we got those. So we're gonna put those in, and we'll see if that fixes the issue with the brakes. Will the light be on? I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can turn this on so you can see. I don't know if you can see it. Might have to turn. Alright, so here, I'm going to show you underneath here real quick. Let me get underneath here. I'll show you the, Alright, so right underneath here, you can see that the brake switch, or the clutch switch right here, you can see that pin right there pushes in. Okay, that's your clutch safety switch right there. See how it pushes in? So if you look at the brake one right over here, let me see if I can get in here. Oh. All right, so right there, you can see that right there. See that pin right there? Look at it. It's not pushing in at all. See, it's basically just flat. This is the brake one. So that's the problem. So it's just the brake switch. I've tried to adjust it. You can see. Let me get my hand up here to see. So you can see right here, there's a nut right on the back here. I loosened that up and I turned it in all the way. You can see how much thread is on the back side here. And this pin is still not compressing. But when I push on the brakes and then I push that pin up right there, that little mechanism, that spring, it goes off. But it's not enough for the brake switch, the brakes to come back. See how it's going thud, thud, thud. And look at the clutch one right up here. You can see the clutch. See how that goes in? And you can hear it. Listen. You can hear it working. But the brake one's not. So if you have your brake lights on and they're not going off, and when you push this down and push that pin up, then that's the problem. So this is basically your, right here is your brake switch. And then this is your little pin that pushes in when you push your brakes. So when you have the brakes not on, the brakes should be off. So when you push it down, it lets that pin out, which puts power to your brake lights. And that's what turns this on, which turns your brake lights on. So that's the problem. So we're going to end up switching this out along with the pad on the brake pad too. There's a little pad there, and I'll show you before we do it what it is. So, all right, that's a little bit about the brake switch, how it works. There's a little bit better view of it. You can see it's not pushing that black pin in right there. So that's the problem that we're having with that. But other than that, the turn signals work and everything works. So right, so these are the brake pads that I was talking about that goes on the actual brake pedal. So these right here, so these help push that little pin in. They're pedal bushings and pedal stop. And then this is the actual brake switch right here. And you can see this little brown tip. Look at this. See how much springy this is compared to the one that's in the car. You can tell that it's worn out. It's just, and when I push down on the other one, it goes all the way in flat. So this should just touch it. It's not like the clutch. So the clutch actually has more power pushing up than the actual brake pad or the brake pedal. So right here, see how much it just goes in just like this? That's what it should be like. So we're gonna get ready. I'm gonna switch this one out, unplug it, switch it out. I gotta take this all the way back, adjust it, and then this nut goes all the way like this, and then it goes up against there, which stops it from moving. So when the brake pedal goes like this, it stops. So we're gonna see if this actually fixes the problem, and we're gonna hook up the battery, and we're gonna see if the brake lights are off. So I'm gonna get ready and do this real quick, and then I'll show you how to do it, and I'll be right back. All right, so what we figured out from the brake switch, I don't know if you can see, but right here, there's a little pad that sticks on here, and there's same thing with the clutch. See the little pad there? Well, the pad was missing on this one, and when I adjusted all the way, it still wasn't working. So we took the brake switch out, and we noticed there wasn't a pad, so we got some pads just in case. So we replaced the pad now, and now you can see that, see the little black pin? And you can see that it compresses all the way now. So now when we have power to the car, we had no brakes. And then when we pushed on the brake pad, we have brakes now. So I'll show you that it works. All right, so we hooked up power to it. You can hear that there's power. So I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna show you that the brake lights are off now. Now when Corey sits in the driver's seat and he pushes down the brake pedal, and we got brake lights. Let off, push it again, we got brake lights. Turn signal. There's that one, other one, reverse light. Now we got reverse lights, so we're good. So now we just need to work on the front. So the front, right up here, we have lights now. So turn on the lights. It shows that the lights are on. That one and that one. Now put high beams. That one and that one. So high beams work. So now we just need to worry about getting the other ones hooked up. See, this one works here on this side. So we just need to find the plug to this one. I know we have it because I took it off. And this side, we need to figure out that side because it's cut. So we're working on it. We're getting all the lights working right, all the blinkers, and we got the side marker in right there. So we got the other side marker we need to put in on this side, and then we need to do that side. So at least that's fixed. And the throttle's fixed. Hopefully, sometime when I'm off, we'll continue this video, and we'll... Is that the brake booster? Mm-hmm. Push that again. Yeah, we might need a brake booster. Well, let's bleed the brakes and we'll see what that does, and then we'll do the timing. Probably in the next video, we'll do the timing and we'll start test driving it. We'll adjust a little bit. We'll test drive it, adjust it, test drive it. So we'll do a little test drives and we'll try to figure all that out. But we got all the lights working. All the lights are working. All lights are working back there. Brakes lights work. So we have brake lights now. Is the brake switch on? Let me check the brake fluid real quick and see where we're at on brake fluid. No, we're still good on brake fluid. So, okay, we're still good on brake fluid. What about the clutch? Let's see where we are on the clutch. Yep, we're still good on clutch. So, might have to bleed the clutch a little bit. See what we are on power steering. Power steering is a little low, but it's okay. So, and it's not leaking, so that's a good thing. All right, well, we got to bleed the clutch, and we got to bleed the brakes and do all that. But other than that, this car's running good, and we just got a few issues to work out, and then we'll start on some body work and some painting. And I got a spray gun, and we're gonna pull it out, get it a wash, and then we're gonna start trying to buff out the hood. All right, so we got a lot done to the Integra. We got all the lights working, all the power, all the turn signals working, brake lights working, reverse lights working. We got the cold air intake with the filter on there. Got the throttle position sensor worked out. That's all done. We still got to put a few bolts in the fender and the bumper down here. I found the bumper bolts. So tomorrow morning, we're going to head to the exhaust shop and get that done. Well, you have to catch that in the next video. So if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JC Motive Garage. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos on the Integra. And we'll see you next time on JC Motive Garage. And I'll see you all very soon in the next one.